Hello, welcome back. This is the 76th video in my video diary series. As you may realize, the camera setup looks a little bit weird right now. And that's because I am not filming on my iPad. I am filming on my iPad because I accidentally left my phone tripod at in my dorm, which is what I usually use to make my phone steady while I'm filming and stable. The good thing is that my iPad has a magnetic case that allows it to stand upright, but it's kind of standing at an angle. So yeah, but it's better than nothing. I can't believe I forgot that though. I use that like every day to film these videos, and I took all my other essentials, but it's whatever. This is much better than not having anything at all to keep the camera up. So yeah, but yeah, the first thing you may notice before that is that I'm back home for Thanksgiving. I left on Friday, which was yesterday. Although I'm probably gonna put this video out. It's probably by the time this video is done and upload, it's probably gonna be Monday because it's 11:44 right now. So, but as always, I always put the date in the title of what like day it really is supposed to be for. So, yeah, it's not a big deal. Um, Train ride is pretty good. I slept for a lot of it, like probably like 3 hours. And it's like 4.5 hours, 5 hours. So that was good. This lady sat next to me. She's pretty nice, but like we both slept, so we didn't really talk to each other. I actually saw a girl that's in my English class um, on the train. She like signed from me, but I realized I was in economy class, so I had to take it for business class. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go sit there now. So yeah, but that was cool. Go wait till this video is gonna be kind of long because a lot more happened to me in the recent days than usually does. So I don't blame someone if they click off of the video right now. Well, they'll probably have already seen the length, so they probably won't have watched the video to begin with. But yeah. Um, so yeah, and then before I left that night at like 5 a.m., I did finish Parks and Rec finally. Um, I loved it. I love that series as a whole. It must be maybe my second favorite sitcom behind Community, which I really love. In fact, I actually own two DVD copies of the complete series of Community because I got one, I bought one for myself, and then my friend got me his second one. So, which is actually good because I lost like the cardboard at the top that like covers it. So that's actually pretty good. So what else? Yeah, I really like the finale. I love like the time jumping bit. So yeah, pretty good. Now what show am I gonna watch now because I need something to watch while I'm eating my lunch, and I want to like take extra time by like, scrolling through YouTube, trying to find a video that interests me, which a lot of videos on YouTube don't interest me. It takes a while to find one, so I have to find a good show. But good thing is, I'm not gonna be back at school until a week from this Monday, so over a week from now. So I have a while to figure out one. Um, so then when I got my mom picked me up from the airport on not the airport from the train station on Friday. We're gonna go to the airport to pick up my sister right after, but apparently my sister's flight got delayed by like 2 hours, so mom just dropped me off at my house. I mentioned this in a previous video, but I ordered these cute little Marvel things off of eBay. They're like they're called pin mates, but if you know what I'm talking about, the old school Fisher Price little people toys. They're like pegs and then like a smaller peg down there, so like they could slide into the holes. They're basically like those, except various characters, but the ones I'm buying are Marvel characters. But let me just show you. So I got a lot of them. Um, it's not a starter pack, but like I guess you could kind of consider this a starter pack since it's like has a lot of them. It comes with the most of them in one like box set out of all the ones they made. But yeah, started making them a few years ago. So, but first one I got was the Infinity Gauntlet, which this was actually a lot bigger than I thought it would be. This box, is based off the Infinity Gauntlet comic series, which if you just know the movies, then this is what Infinity War is based off of, Avengers Infinity War. So yeah, and maybe I wear all these figures, but they're right here. I'll show them in a minute. But yeah, comes with a lot of them. Fun fact: 3 of these spaces there are actually missing figures from it, which and I have the figures as I bought them separately, but for some reason maybe like, oh, we probably bought the SKUs, that's why they weren't there. But no, it like weren't there in this originally released. For some reason they decided to put them in a separate box. So yeah, but I'll explain that soon. Then this back one is where Thanos is supposed to go. This is based off of an issue where he's like, oh, come and stop me. Yeah, no, come and get me. Which is based off like an actual issue. Comic issue, so yeah. It's pretty cool. And then these 3, which are the ones that were included in the original set for some reason, but do have designated slots in the packaging, is the Marvel Mutants collection. So it's Scarlet Witch, Cyclops, and Wolverine, which if you watch some of my videos, you already know I'm a huge X-Men fan. So they didn't release a lot of non-Avengers or Spider-Man characters. They didn't even release any Fantastic Four characters, like not even Doctor Doom, but they did at least release from the X-Men. They at least released Cyclops and Wolverine. So they didn't release any more, but I'm happy about that at least. And they actually had a great QL show after this, but what I didn't realize was that, as you can see, there's a convention exclusive. These were made by Entertainment Earth a few years back, but what I didn't realize is that this is actually a limited toys edition apparently, which, as you can see, this little silver sticker right here. Actually, you can't see because it's mirrored, but they made 1,504 of them apparently, which that's a lot of them. It's not like that's like a small amount, but it's still pretty cool that's limited. And I got like number 1369 of 1504, which, I mean, yeah, I know that it's the smaller number, the more desirable, but also it is a large number, but it's a large number, but overall it's just like cool to see that. So yeah. And then finally, this is purely because I got a good deal on it. I got one which is Vision. I know these are empty, but I'm about to show each one of them on camera. So yeah. You can see the rest of them, which for some reason they don't have the images of what their figures look like. I think they did that later on, but in these ones they just have like the drawings of them. But these are all figures that they made. So it has Spider-Man / Venom, like half and half. Spider-Man, Venom, Green Goblin, Doctor Octopus, Black Cat, Doctor Strange, Carnage, Thor, the Punisher, Daredevil. Punisher and Daredevil I do actually want to get. Vision, which is the one that comes in this. Luke Cage, just Peter Parker, not Spider-Man outfit. Mary Jane, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Woman, and Agent Venom. So yeah. As you can see, Vision, and also they have numbers, but for some reason the ones that came in that package, they have like a special series, so it's instead of just 31, like Vision has like a regular number as G, the number, which I think I read somewhere that's supposed to be Gold series, that's what G represents, but anyway, let's get into them. You know what, maybe I'll just go by number order, since they do have numbers, so... Looks like G1 is included here. I wonder which figure is G1 because it's not in here. It's sort of G2, so maybe I'll get G1. But anyway, we start G2, which is the first one I have. Or you know what? Since I don't have G1, maybe I should start off with regular Vision, who isn't part of the Gold series, unlike the rest of these. But yeah. So here he is. You probably know what I'm talking about now when I talk about the old school Fisher-Price. He looks pretty cool. They don't move or anything, but I think they make for cool display pieces. Like, I'm like, I still want to collect some of the Marvel figures, but honestly, these like, I think these make for like better displays than the Marvel figures, the Marvel Lego figures, because I think these are like very appealing or more like pleasant. I know it's like really simple, but I think that simplicity is kind of what makes it a lot more pleasant to look at. And yeah, there's like a bit of markings on all of them, like it's not perfect quality, but it's not like that. It's so like it's the printing quality that's not bad. It's not like it's like rough the texture. It's all like very smooth. So yeah, and you can't really even notice the printing quality unless you look at it carefully. Here you might be able to see. So the mark. But yeah, I really like it. And yeah, it does kind of make it look like if this might have been like an actual toy from like that old school Fisher-Price era, especially the markings. So yeah. Um, and then here is G02, which is White Vision. So yeah, cool. I have two versions of the character. Trying to do what those Lego YouTubers do, where they do a wraparound. See the comparisons. Alright, who's next? Sorry, this is gonna take a while. Yeah, if you want, you could totally skip this part of the video. If you are skipping, like ahead, I don't blame you. Also, if you just want to click off the video completely, I don't blame you because, like I said, this is gonna be a long one because a lot has happened to me. But anyway, let's get back to this. Here's Quasar, which is a character I don't actually know a lot about. He's Go2, Go3, but yeah, I think he's pretty cool. I should read more about him. He's the only one here I like haven't heard of before I got this collection. So yeah, and I know a lot of Marvel characters. I've been reading the comics for like years, but yeah, he's pretty cool. Oh, and I forgot to mention they all have their name on the bottom as well as their number. Yeah. All right. Next is Doctor Strange. Um, Pretty cool as well. I know they made two versions of a lot of these characters. Like they made two versions of Doctor Strange, one that comes in a set and one that comes individually, which I think they're like slightly different. But I don't know. I'll probably scale one of each character. So like I probably won't get a second Doctor Strange since I have one. So yeah, it's pretty. There's not much I could say about these. They're all pretty cool. For most of them, I probably won't have any comments. I'll show them. Will also make you go by faster. Um, all right. Um, Next is Iron Man. Again, one that has a second variant as well. Actually, multiple variants because he has a second comic one, but then also they made a lot of variants of him from his MCU um outfit appearance. So yeah. Um, Next is Nova. I actually do know a little bit about this character. So yeah. Um, then Go7, this is the biggest one in the set. This is the Hulk figure. Yeah, so as you could see, this is him compared to the second to largest figure is one of them, which is Drax. So yeah, and then just to do size comparison, this is him to the third largest figure is second smallest figure, which is She-Hulk. And then there's just an average figure, so let's just show Vision again. So yeah, he's pretty tall compared to the average ones. And this might be, if I do decide to collect more of these, this might be the one time I make an exception to my only one version of character rule, because I do kind of like the version of Hulk with his red shorts bearer. So I know there are at least a version of him which is a different outfit, which is just his classic purple. Why did I say red shorts? I meant purple shorts, just his classic purple shorts outfit. So I think I might get that one if I do collect more of these, but this one's still very cool. Then we have Pip the Troll, which if you've seen some MCU films, you may or may not remember the end credit scene of Eternals, if you even saw that one, and if you even stayed for the end credit scene, or you might have just seen it online, but this is one of the characters that appeared in the post-credit scene of Eternals, Pip the Troll, that probably will never be seen again in the MCU. But yeah, he's pretty cool. I like this one a lot. He is also shorter than the regular one, so again, here's him compared to Vision. As you can see, he's shorter. Also, I forgot to mention, I think Vision might be skinnier than the rest of them, which I'm assuming that means that the rest of these figures will also be skinnier than the figures from this set, since the rest of the figures besides regular Vision that I got are from this set. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. Adam Warlock, again, for movie fans, you probably recognize him from the post-credit scene of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and also Guardians of the Galaxy 3, obviously. Yeah, it's pretty cool also, more simple. This is one of the ones that, an average person probably wouldn't recognize. But yeah, I still really like him, obviously. An average person recognizing them or not doesn't contribute to my liking of the figure. Thor. This one's actually really cool. This is another one of two versions, but I'll definitely just be keeping this one because him. You may notice he has a felt for his ears, and there's one other figure in this collection who has it also, for his little wings on his helmet. That's silver also. This one's really nice. This might be one of my favorite ones that I got. So, yeah, I really like this one. Then Namor. I do actually really like the character of Namor. He's always interested me. I've always been meaning to read one of his solo runs, but I've never gotten around to it. But I have read a few of his comics, mainly Ultimate X-Men, mainly Ultimate Fantastic Four, a few other runs. But I know people think it's cheesy, but I really do like how campy his outfit is normally, which it's this the green scaled Speedo, slick back hair, those crazy eyebrows. I really do like it, so this is probably one of my favorites also. Who's next? She-Hulk. I showed this one. As I showed, this one's slightly larger than a regular figure, so yeah. But I really like this one. Again, yeah, pretty cool. I forgot to mention he looks different in those, but Namor, you might have seen in Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. He appeared in that film, though it did kind of change up his appearance a lot. But yeah. Also, I think he's confirmed for Avengers Doomsday, so that's cool. Here's Drax the Destroyer, which Maybe like is like the character from Guardians of the Galaxy films, which yeah it is, but this is from his retro appearance, so he looks a lot different than he does in those movies or in the comics nowadays. So yeah, but he's still pretty cool. He's one of the larger figures I showed earlier. So not as large as the Hulk, but second largest behind him. So again, here you can see. This one's pretty cool as well. This is also probably one of the ones that the average person wouldn't recognize, but yeah. I know they also did make a second version of him. That's his Guardians of the Galaxy appearance, so I might get that one also, depending on how many more of these I intend to collect. But first, I'd probably try to get all the ones that are based on the comic appearances because I feel like those translate the best into these types of figures. Um, because I don't know, the simple designs lends itself to these, and the more like colorful designs. So yeah, I don't know if I'll venture into the MCU based ones, but first I'm gonna get all the comic book ones, or at least should I get more of them? Um, so yeah, what else? Oh, voice track. um, oh my god, after Namor, I forgot someone. I forgot two which come after Namor, so I'll just show them now. First is Scarlet Witch. The reason I forgot her is she is not listed here, which is why I'm using to look at her numbers, because she's one of the ones that has the intended space in the box so it doesn't come in for some reason. So here's Scarlet Witch. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, this one's really cool also. Um, and then after her is Cyclops, which again is probably one of my favorites. Not because his is like a more particularly interesting than the others, but it's because yeah, like I mentioned, he's one of the only X-Men characters they made. I guess they made Wolverine also, but he could be looked at as like either an Avengers character or an X-Men character, whereas Cyclops is more like purely X-Men. But obviously Wolverine's cool. I'm glad they made him also because he is probably one of the prime members of the X-Men, but yeah, I really like him. Alright, so back on track. You have Captain America. As you may guess, they've also made fewer versions of him, both comic book and MCU appearances. So yeah, this is pretty cool. I love the detail of the scales. Give him a shield also. Um, then we have Spider-Man. Of course, as you could guess, they made a lot of versions of him, but like this one, so I'll probably keep using this one. Yeah, he has a few scuffs on the back. He came with those, but yeah, and also when I was trying to do something to these figures, which I'll explain in a bit, it was to make them look better, but I accidentally scuffed it a bit, but it's not too noticeable. Also, like I said, that's kind of the appeal of these to me. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And here's one that I really like. This one, Namor, Thor, and Cyclops are probably my four favorite from this set. Oh, and probably Wolverine also, so five favorite. But this is Cloak, which he's I think one of the only appearances he's made outside of the comics is the Hulu show Cloak and Dagger, which is the main superhero or super heroine, he, which is he's usually paired up with. That's usually his partner. But yeah, I've actually seen that show, but I've been meaning to check it out. I really love this character's design. Both Cloak and Dagger, I know like their powers, what they use, like main details about them, but I haven't read a lot of comics about them. But as you may know, I'm reading through the Ultimate Universe. I know they appear at some point, so I'm excited for that. And I've been meaning to read more comics with them, but here he is. He has a pretty cool design. I love his stripes. So, yeah. And then before him, which I forgot again, but I'll show now, is the Wolverine, which, as you can see, this is the other character I'm talking about who has little bits of felt. So here to like represents like pointy cow. So yeah, these are pieces of felt. Um, I don't know. I think it looks pretty cool. I might have preferred if they are just printed on, or I know they're like very hesitant to. These figures are like very hesitant to like change the mold of the head to make it like more details. So usually those printed on the details or like make it felt, but I think it looks fine. It's kind of cool to have a little bit of cloth. So yeah, um, like this one a lot. One of my top 5 favorites so far. So yeah. Um, and finally, I know this is long, but we have number 20, which is Thanos. You probably know who he is if you watch films. That yeah, there you go. Has Infinity Gauntlet with the Infinity Stones. Sorry. Um, yeah, it's pretty cool. Which I think it's pretty cool to have him. I probably wouldn't have gotten this one, like if it did come in a set. So just isn't the right character that interests me that much, but I still think his is pretty cool. I like the inclusion of the Infinity Gauntlet. So yeah. Oh, and then like I said before, he's like the same size, slightly smaller than the Hulk, but same size as the Drax figure. So yeah. Alright, so I know that took a long time, but I wanted to show these. I really like them, but let's get back. So then Friday night, I went to a hockey game with my dad. It is pretty fun, except our team lost, and they even went to overtime. But our team lost like 2.5 minutes into overtime, so it was pretty disappointing. But still a really fun time. I had fun spending time with my dad. Um, we get season tickets every year, but obviously I wasn't able to go to a lot of them this year because I'm in college. But um, I have another one this Saturday night, so that's gonna be fun. And then I think my dad's another one Tuesday, which is the day after I leave, a week from this Tuesday. But he's going with one of his staff members, so yeah. Um, I think I'll have a few more over winter break, which I don't think I mentioned yet. I reassigned because I confirmed with my professors when my last day in each class is, and I'm not gonna be gone for that long after Thanksgiving break. I'm gonna be gone for a little bit more than a week. So I come back a week from Monday, um, and then that Wednesday following the Monday I come back, like 2 days after, I'm gonna be coming back a week from that Wednesday. So I'm gonna be gone for 9 days in total. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. So I'll be back soon. Um, and then so when I got back, I pretty much fell asleep immediately. I meant to do some more work, but I was too tired. But then I woke up this morning, and me and my mom and my sister, I forgot to mention, she's back also, which is nice. Um, we went to the place where my dad's office, the town where my dad's office is, which is where I used to live. We just got some things done. I got some new shirts, which is this one, and also a green version of it, which is nice. Um, I got a haircut, as you could probably tell. Um, and yeah, just a fun time. Then I got back. I ordered some pizza for dinner. Um, and then I fell asleep. Um, then I woke up 10 minutes before me and my family were going to dinner in this kind of fancy place that's right near the ocean where I live. So yeah, it's pretty good. I just got a burger there, which didn't really like that much. It tasted a bit weird. Plus, that might be that I ate like too much junk food today. But yeah, it's fun just to spend time with my family. I had a lot of fun. Um, and then we got back. We watched the this documentary about Ozzy Osbourne on Amazon Prime. But I shut it off like halfway through because we were all kind of tired, I think. And then also my mom didn't really want to watch anymore. But yeah. Then my family started watching the Sour thing. I think it's like some like um juvenile institution documentary or something. About like kids in a juvenile institution. But it's kind of not feeling it, so I just went to bed, called it a night. Um, and then I relaxed for a bit, built some more med, like I said, which I started building my birthday weekend, but I didn't finish it. I still have, I got through half a bag, but I still have 3 more bags after this. So I had 4 bags when I left off, but as always, I'll show when I'm done with it. I'm definitely gonna be done with it by the time I leave because I have over a week. So yeah, and then um, what else? Oh right. Um, and then we also went to our storage unit to pick up some stuff because we're putting our Christmas tree up tomorrow. But got some stuff for myself in my storage unit versus this, which we'd be like, what the hell are these? I don't know if you know, but in the 2000, was this like late 2000s, early 2010s? I forgot which company. Was it that company, Moose Toys? Or at least these things called like trash packings. Which they're like these cute little like rubber figures. And I was like obsessed with these when I was in like first grade, second grade, third grade. They're like these little like squishy figures or supposed to be trash things. I was so obsessed with these. I had so many that I put in this jar. And then I saw it searching through storage today and I was like, I can't have this in my room. So yeah, these are cool. This one was always squished for some reason. I forgot why. It's like a chili pepper. Um, this guy, bird. Yeah, I've always really loved these. I think I started collecting them when they rebrand them to some new brand. I think is Grocery Gang, which I think technically is a different series, but it's like the same concept. But I don't know. I just stopped collecting them. They got so many of them, as you can see. So yeah. Got to have that. And the other thing I got, which is really cool, these are Club Penguin figures, which I think these are actually kind of hard to find nowadays, or they may just not be, but I'm thinking I may display some of these on my desk at school because they're kind of cool. Like, they're kind of nostalgic, at least for me. We have a referee. These are all from when I was a little kid. Referee a cheerleader, which the pom-poms fell off, so I probably won't display this one because it's broken. Or am I? I don't know. They all have those scuffs, but this one specifically is like broken. It's just not a huge deal, but it doesn't look as nice. A superhero, which I looked at photos today. Apparently, this one and this one originally came with like a removable cape, which I do not have. But I don't think anyone would really know because I don't think anyone would really know what these figures are. So, yeah. A dragon, which is pretty cool. A Frankenstein and an octopus, like, outfit, which, fun fact, these ones actually got layered than the rest of them because I got this probably when I was like still a while ago. These are, me and my sister got the original ones, like, probably near like really young. I might have been like 5 years old or something, but then probably when I was like 10 years old, I wanted to get like 2 more of them. So then my mom found these and she bought me them off of eBay. So it was a Frankenstein and a squid thing. So that's pretty cool. These two came together, I know, which is like a holiday pack. So it's Easter thing. It's like a chocolate bunny and a St. Patrick's thing. You could see the clover. And then finally we have knights. Because that's on backwards. There we go. We have a knight. We have kind of like a rocker dude. Finally, we have this one, which this one you can't actually remove the parts of, but I still like it a lot. So yeah, I don't know if I was play all of them on my desk, which maybe I could remove parts. What do you mean? And these are actually designed so you can mix and match them. So look, they come off. Except for that last one that I showed, but still. So the heads come off as well. So yeah, I don't know if I'll do that. I kind of like them more like in the original outfits. And I won't be like playing with them like I used to. I'll be like displaying them, but yeah, still. And I don't know if I'll get any more of these, but there is one I'm probably gonna order from eBay tonight, which I want is like a sensei figure, which I think is really cool. It's another one like this one where it's a more simple figure, but that doesn't come apart, but I still really want. I'll probably be my favorite one to display, but yeah, I like these a lot. Gonna display them on my desk at school, at least some of them. So yeah. What else is there? I guess last thing to say is I'm going over to my friend's house tomorrow, which is nice. I haven't seen her since I left for college, obviously. Yeah. I'm excited for that. And yeah, as always, I'll update whatever happens to me in my next video. Then that tomorrow night I'm going out to dinner with my family and my grandpa as well. So yeah, a bunch of my families are about to come to town for Thanksgiving, so it's gonna be a fun week. This video is really long. I know one of my videos from a while ago I said it'd probably be my longest video, but this video is significantly longer than that. But yeah, I have a lot to do tonight. I've I would to at least turn 2.5 pages of my 7-page essay for tomorrow because our rough draft is due, and our teacher's like, I know it's a time cramp, but just turn in at least 2.5 pages, and I'll let you go. Which I might do that, but also it's a rough draft. It's there for us to get feedback on it, so we could get as good of a grade as possible in our final draft. So I'm gonna stay up as long as I need. If I need to pull an all-nighter, it's fine. I just won't sleep until I get back from my friend's house tomorrow, but I really want to try to turn in like more than just 2.5 pages. But at the same time, on the other hand, if I'm doing it while I'm staying up, it probably won't be my best work. So even though it's a rough draft and it's basically just grade based on completion, my teacher still probably won't have the best image of me if he reads that work. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Obviously, I'm at least gonna turn 2.5 pages. Sorry. Excuse me. But yeah. And I know that's technically due tomorrow midnight, but I'm gonna have a busy day tomorrow. I'm gonna be seeing a lot of people. Well, not a lot of people. My friend and my grandpa and my grandpa's wife. But yeah. But yeah, I just want to get it done, get out of the way so I can enjoy my break. But I'll see you in the next video. If anyone on Earth ever watches this part of the video, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you as always. Like I said, this is an exception. Not all my videos are this long.